and welcome to another Red Vest approved video.
Hello everyone and welcome, and thanks Barb. She announced what we're doing yet again today. That's right, it's another Red Vest approved video. So we're back here at Highlands Ranch Ace Hardware hanging out with our helpful hardware folks, and we've got a really cool recipe for you today. This is Korean style or Kalbi beef short ribs. They also call them flanken. That's the cut we're looking for. But this recipe is dynamite. And guess what? You can find it on YouTube. That's right. Be sure to tell your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have some cool content coming up this year that we are excited to bring you. Because after all, we're helpful, and it's our job to help you become the legend in the backyard cooking circuit. Today, we're going to be talking the Weber kettle, and my favorite, hard to say, red Weber kettle. That's right. We're going to be rocking the Weber today, having a blast. But first, we're going to do what we always do and give you a fun food flyover and talk through the ingredients on this bad boy right here. Where can you get this recipe, you ask? Well, guess what? acehardware.com. That's right. We have all of our recipes set and ready for your drooling enjoyment at acehardware.com under the tips and advice. Go up into the little search bar, type in recipes, and grab a hold of all the fun stuff we have for you. We have a lot of content, 20 videos or more coming for you this beautiful year. So spread the word, tell your friends, subscribe to this channel, sign up for the alerts. You will be the first to know when our next video drops. So thanks for joining us. Let's get cooking and let's get into this food flyover. Like we always do, here's our recipe flyover. So we've got a killer recipe for you, fun new layout. We hope you enjoy that. You're gonna need a stainless steel bowl for this, definitely. You're gonna need some brown sugar. We've got some light soy sauce. We have seasoned rice vinegar. We have aji mirin, which is a really nice sweet cooking wine, rice wine. We've got toasted sesame seed. We love it, squeeze tube ginger. We've got some fresh garlic, and then we're gonna use our garden rub in here to give it that cool kind of Bangkok Thai kind of influence. But then, look at this. Here's the short ribs we're looking for. So these are the beef Korean style short ribs. So when you go to your butcher, ask them for Korean style or ask them for flanken style. It's just a very thin sliced, as you can see here, a very thin sliced beef short rib. The beauty of these things, being that thin, they cook wicked fast. So we're gonna put this marinade together here real quick. We're gonna get these in here. And then when you're done, you have a couple decisions. You can put them into a aluminum disposable pan if you'd like, and kind of layer them in there, pour the marinade on top, let them go overnight. And I say overnight, 6 hours is great, 8 hours is great. Let them go overnight if you have a chance, that works good. Or take these guys, stuff them into a Ziploc bag, pour the marinade in there. I double bag it when I go in the fridge, and then I still set the Ziploc bag in here just to catch any leaks. Definitely you need a drip tray. I will not tell you how I learned that lesson. But what we're gonna do for today is make the marinade in our bowl. Then we're gonna put the beef short ribs into our pan, and then we're gonna put the marinade back into the pan. We'll cover it with plastic wrap, throw it in the fridge, and let it go. So when we come back, we're gonna get going on this marinade. We're making this marinade here. We're gonna start off with a cup of brown sugar. And again, I'm using a light soy sauce just because I wanted to cut down on the amount of sodium. This is a lot of sodium. I'm just trying to make it a little bit healthier. So we added a cup of soy sauce. We're gonna add a half a cup of this beautiful rice vinegar. And we bought a seasoned rice vinegar. Just make sure it's not a garlic one or a spicy one. We just got a nicely seasoned one with a little bit of salt in it as well, all right? And then we're gonna do a little bit of our aji, which is our mirin, which is a sweetened rice, cooking rice wine. We're gonna put a quarter cup of that in there. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil. The nice thing about this is that toasted sesame really rounds it out and makes it taste, I think, fantastic. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of fresh ginger to this as well. And then we're gonna add a little bit of our garden rub. And the beauty of this garden rub, we're gonna add about 3 tablespoons in here. Low sodium in the rub, high in flavor. This is gonna give it a really good, wonderful finish. So again, I'll go through, chop up my garlic, like we showed you. We'll chop that up on our knife real quick, get that all minced, and we'll mix that in there as well. So then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a stir. And we want that brown sugar to melt. That's what we're really looking for. We want to get everything to kind of meld in here. make a really good marinade. And again, we're gonna put them on these Korean style short ribs and we're gonna let them sit for quite a while. Like I said, 6 hours, 8 hours, even overnight. I just like the fact that the longer time they have to sit, the better flavor we get out of them. So we'll pull that over here. We have our pan. We'll put our short ribs in, lay them out kind of in a single layer. Get them all set. And then we're gonna pour that marinade over there. And this marinade will do about 5 pounds of short ribs. So we obviously have to add the rest of our ribs to this. I just wanted to get them in here so you could see what we've got going on. All right, look at that. The beauty, oh man, these things are so beautiful. They will absorb a great amount of this marinade, and that's what's perfect, I think. Again, you can do them in the pan, you can do them in a Ziploc bag, either way. If you wanna add to your red kettle when you fire that up, if you wanna add a little bit of smoke, definitely add some pecan or apple. A little bit of the softer woods work great in there. And then we're gonna get that kettle hot, hot, hot. We're gonna preheat it to, 450, 500 degrees, and we're gonna go hot and fast on these guys. I love the way these taste when you cook them hot and fast. It almost gets a nice little sear on them. You get a little bit of char on them, and that sugar and everything tastes fantastic. So that's what we have. That is our short ribs. All right, so we're getting ready to fire up our red kettle. And kind of one of the things to look for here on the bottom, we emptied all the ash out of the ash. We've got it set to wide open. And then look inside. You can see we've got it all cleaned up and ready to go. We're gonna leave our char baskets in here because what we're gonna do is use the chimney to get the briquettes going. And then we'll pour all the briquettes nice and hot and glowing red in the middle. And the cool thing is, if we look at it from this way, now we can put our short ribs right in the middle, directly over the flame, but then we can move them to the side if we need to as well. So this is gonna be a great setup for us that really, in the same kettle, allows us to have direct and indirect so that we can speed them up or slow them down as needed. We're gonna use our Weber briquettes today because these things perform great. They do a wonderful job. They burn nice and hot, and they're gonna give us a great hardwood flavor. We're also gonna use our lighter cubes. I really like these guys. It's quick and easy, and I know when it comes to the chimney, there's a lot of different options to light it. I know that people have done some of the wood shaving nests. Other people use some newspaper as well. Tell you what, I like the cubes. They work super easy. I can get all of this at my local Ace Hardware, which saves me a huge amount of time as well. All right, let's go and get this guy lit and let's get ready to rock and roll. We've got it all set up here. And what I did was I took the lighter cubes and I went right on a thick part of this grate. And I'm gonna get these guys lit nice and hot. I wanna get them ignited. And then what I'm gonna do, once I know they're burning strong, is I'm gonna go ahead and put my chimney right over there so that that flame has a chance to get ready to go. And the great thing again, I'm doing this all in the grill, so anything that ashes, anything that drops, anything that burns is gonna fall down into the grill. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get those briquettes going pretty nice. And then, look at that. You can already see we've got a good strong fire in there. And I would say give us about 10 or 15 minutes. These briquettes should be perfect and ready for us to hop back in the kettle and get ready to go. You can see we've already got a nice strong fire building up in there, right? And you can already tell by the smoke that those briquettes are starting to get ignited. So this is great. What I like here, this is 10 or 15 minutes really, to be honest. And we'll let it do its thing. We'll get nice, hot, white and amber embers out of this guy. And as soon as these briquettes are ready, we're good to go. Well, here we are checking back on this charcoal. Look at those embers in there. See how they're getting nice and hot? And you can see how we're starting to get a really good ember base in here, and the charcoal at top is starting to get hot. Once we see a little bit of white ash on the top, we're gonna go ahead and pour this into the center of our kettle, and we'll be ready to get these short ribs going. Look at that, beautiful red hot embers. And we're gonna go ahead now and very carefully pour these guys into here. And that is exactly what we're looking for. Look at those beautiful embers, nice and hot, nice and ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and put our grill grate on here. And again, what we said earlier, this is great because now I have direct heat and I have indirect heat. So we'll close the lid on here super quick, give this a chance to finish up. And in just a couple minutes, we will be cooking some short ribs. All right, we grab them out of our pan. We are gonna go right across the grill that way. Oh, this smells so good already. I love these things. They are just a good, solid dish to eat. Great over rice, great as an appetizer, a really fun, like middle of winter dish, but also if you're looking for something super fast to do during the summer for, grilling or a quick dinner, these things work dynamite. All right, look at that. So they're all lined up, ready to go, and that's what we're looking for. We're gonna shut the lid, give them 2 minutes on this side, and then we'll come back and we're gonna flip them and give them a couple minutes on the other side. That temperature is right where we want it, 450 degrees, because we want hot and fast. That's how we're gonna cook these guys. They're very thin. They have a little bit of extra sugar in them because of that marinade we made, so we don't wanna get too crazy. We're talking 2 to 3 minutes each side. We want them hot, fast, and juicy. Well, you'll notice on the kettle too, we've got the back wide open. We want this thing to keep building a lot of heat. When you're opening and shutting that lid on here, my tip for you is keep this backside open and keep the bottom open. What it does is just allows it to keep building up a lot of heat. All right, look at this. Remember we said we've got a little bit of indirect and direct? So now all of a sudden, check it out. These guys are done, and we want to get them moved over here a little bit, but now all of a sudden these guys need just a little bit more time, so we can start moving things around, keep them cooler on this side, get these guys back here to get a little bit more sear right over that direct flame. All right, these guys are definitely done. We're gonna load these up super quick, take them right over to our board, and now we're gonna let them sit. The finishing part comes up next. We wanna give them a rest super quick, maybe like 2 minutes tops. But what we're gonna do at the end is we're gonna finish them with a little bit of our oink rub and then hit them with a little bit of our happy ending barbecue sauce. We've got some jasmine rice that's steamed off over here. So give me just a second here. I'll grab the rest of these off the kettle and we will get cooking. Well, now that we're looking at these two, let's say we want to cut them a little bit shorter. So one of the things I'll do is just give them a quick slice in between the bones, and now look at that. Beautiful little bite-sized portions as well. You can stack these guys up pretty nice, and you have a really good way to add some fun and excitement to your next fried rice dish or whatnot. We always like to show you just a couple fun different ways that you can, make a fun presentation for your family. Put that in a bowl with a little bit of rice on it. Put your short ribs over there. Tell you what we do next is we'll drizzle just a little bit of our oink rub on top for a little bit of extra flavor. And then some of that happy ending barbecue sauce right over the top. That right there is a perfect, comfortable dish to enjoy. Well, there you have it. That's another Red Vest approved video. These Korean style short ribs are absolutely wonderful. I enjoy the way that Red Weber kettle did its job. Perfect, beautiful. We get that charcoal flavor in here. We get that sweetness. We get a little bit of salty. It's a total package in my opinion. So how do you get this recipe? Well, tell you what, head over to acehardware.com/tips and advice. Up in the top, there's a little search bar. Type in recipes, hit enter, and you'll be set to go. You'll find this recipe and more. But the best part is, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's right, go to YouTube, subscribe to our Ace Hardware YouTube channel, click on notifications, and make sure that you select yes. That way, when our next Red Vest approved video pops up, you'll be the first to know, because we want you to get out there and get cooking. We want you to have a blast with the cooking tools that we sell here at Ace Hardware. So once again, I'm Chef Jason Morris, your Ace Hardware grill expert. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us and cook today. We hope you enjoy this recipe. Leave your comments, leave your questions. Let us know what we can do to help you be the best you can be in the backyard cooking circuit. Have a great day.